Everything is awesome. Everything is awesome. Look at the bees.
Hello, this is Matt, and we're going to talk about opportunity. Now go back to 1921 when you had the Morgan and the Peace, and then just this last week, the new 2021 Morgan, CC, and New Orleans were released. This was opportunity, right? It's not a sure thing, but if you look at eBay and the secondary market, it seems like a sure thing. Surely everybody should have got it, right? It's not easy. So let's go back to 1921. We're in the beginning of Prohibition. If you remember, Prohibition started January 1920. No more alcohol. It's illegal. But what happens when you banned alcohol? You had the bootleggers, the moonshiners, the gangsters. There was opportunity there because people still wanted to get drunk. They still wanted to drink. And I watched Boardwalk Empire. And he was a gangster, right? And there was a scene where he was talking to a younger person about opportunity.
Nucky, all I want is an opportunity.
This is America, ain't it? Who the fuck's stopping you?
So Prohibition, he had 1920 and it ended in 1933. So think about that. Prohibition all the way to the stock market crash and the Depression. And then 1933, they said, okay, Prohibition's over. But what else happened in 1933? Do you remember FDR's executive order 6102, the gold confiscation, where he said it's illegal to own gold. Send it to us and we'll pay you $20.67 per ounce. So what are you going to do? It's either illegal, which means you're either going to have to pay up to $10,000 fine or go to jail for 10 years if you keep your hoard of gold. And it's patriotic to turn it into the government. This is going to help us get out of the Depression. What are you going to do? Most people turn their gold in for $20.67 per ounce. Then the government revalued gold to $35 an ounce. That's 69% gain that the government assumed, right? They bought it for 20, they sell it, or at least now its value is 35. So they won on that bet, right? But what are you gonna do? You're a patriotic person, you're a law-abiding person, you're gonna follow the rules. I'm trying to live up to that American dream. And yeah, I use some USPS packages as body armor for my kids.
Whoa! Look at how fast Brayden went. Now, could we go up the ladder?
I don't think you can because your arms won't bend. But that leads us towards restraint and protection. So my kids loved having that body armor on, but then they realized that they can't move. They couldn't bend their arms. They felt like Lego men. So under the protection and security of the body armor, they were not able to play. They couldn't bend over and pick anything up. So there you have to balance protection and restraint versus mobility and agility. Because once I started taking the armor off, these little ninjas, I mean, they were moving around, they were climbing up the ladder, they were climbing the rope, they were going down the slide. They were having a ball once they got rid of the security. Now let's go to 1933. We're at the end of the Prohibition, gold confiscation. Those people that held their gold and said, I don't mind the risk of being a criminal. I'm going to hold gold because I think it's valuable. Now, they had to hold it hidden for 40 years because it didn't become legal again till the 1970s. So they had to hold it for almost 40 years before they could show it and sell it and trade it. Those people you admire now. They sat on their stack, they stood by their beliefs. Now let's go to 2008. I'm watching The Big Short, and you see that guy where he's betting against the housing market. Everybody thought he was crazy, but he knew the truth. He saw the underlying roots of an issue, and he staked his claim, right? He said, I believe in this, and he bet it all. So in 2009, after the bank bailouts, Bitcoin was started. There were some tech nerds, right? That's how we classified them. You know, little internet money. What are they doing? Just crazy. What is it, anarchists? Are they criminals? Are they trying to buy drugs online? You know, why would we need a digital currency? Yeah. We have to talk about the central bank digital currency, the CBDC. If this thing rolls out, which it should in the summer, things are going to change, right? My imagination says cash will be trash, you know? Stores won't accept it. So all of a sudden, you're going to be encouraged to use this card.
It's better for you. Oh, all right, sure then.
And it makes sense, right? You don't have to deal with paper. You know, you don't have to deal with coinage. And you know what? There's probably a coin shortage. So it just makes sense. Come with us, guys. Use your central bank digital currency. It's just easier on everybody. Everybody's doing it.
Oh, okay, fine, I'll have some, thank you.
Now, the danger of going to central bank digital currency is that I believe they can then take the interest rates negative, right? So right now at the bank, whether you have a checking or a savings, you're not getting any interest. So we know that, we're comfortable with that. But what if the bank starts to charge you, say $12 a month or $20 a month or 1% of whatever your balance is? Wouldn't that start to discourage you from actually using the bank? So now you say, well, I can't use that, so I guess I'm going to convert all my dollars to this central bank digital currency, and I'll just roll around with this card and use it.
It's okay, and it's better for you, only $6 more.
Do you remember those commercials where they would show a line, like a lunch line, and that one person that pulled out cash, like the music stopped, it was like, oh, I got to deal with cash? They were trying to encourage people to use cards just because it's more efficient, right? So I think that central bank digital currency is coming. We know the government, we know Jerome Powell. Actually, he'll say it for himself.
Today we are in the midst of a technological revolution that is fundamentally changing our world.
It's better for you. Oh, all right, sure then.
For the past several years, the Federal Reserve has been exploring the potential benefits and risks of CBDCs from a variety of angles.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Our key focus is on whether and how a CBDC could improve on an already safe, effective, dynamic, and efficient U.S. domestic payment system.
Oh, okay, fine, I'll have some, thank you. It's okay, and it's better for you, only $6 more.
We look forward to hearing your thoughts on this important topic.
It's better for you.
Now, the comedian there is Angela Johnson. I think she's hilarious. And she talks about how she went to go get her nails done, right? It's better for you. You know, it's just hilarious. So that's what I imagine. Jerome Powell is up there. He's going to have to start explaining why this digital card is better for you. So let's get ready for that, guys. Again, our defense against it is to find methods of barter or things that can hold value outside of the dollar. That's where our silver, our gold, and our copper can become useful. So what are we going to do about it? Now that we know there's an issue, we have to find a way to invest. So I'm going to go through the hierarchy of what I think is the lowest risk to the highest risk, highest return. So I think the lowest risk is sterling silver, Franklin Mint, 92.5 pure silver, right? People really don't love it. I love it, right? But you can find it on eBay, find it somewhere at a garage sale, flea market, try to get it in your spot. So you have 92.5 sterling silver. Above that, 35% war nickels. Again, I love them. Most don't. 40% Kennedys are next, right? I love them. Most don't. Then we get into the 90%, which 90% is like the cruise control, man. It's the perfect spot. It's historical coins that they aren't making. So we're talking about 1964 and before. 90% half dollars, quarters, and dimes. I think that's a great spot to be at. Now, if you want to go to bullion, we got 999, you know, just generic rounds, right? Simple. Go buy the buffaloes or whatever. It doesn't matter. Just straight up 999 silver. Above that, you have the sovereign. You have the silver eagles, Canadian maples, all the other countries, the Cougarans, whatever they are. Above that now, we have to start talking about the high premium pieces. The pieces that have low mintages, maybe Germania, or even like the Morgan dollars, right? That Morgan dollar release, again, 999, it's a bullion piece, but it's highly collectible. Now above that, I'm gonna say the numismatics. Now it doesn't just have to be silver. These could be Lincoln cents, nickels, Buffalo nickels, Liberty Head nickels. That's high risk, high reward stuff. where you're going to get, let's say, a slabbed piece, a 1909S VDB, Lincoln cent. To most people, it's a cent, but to the collectors out there, it's worth a fortune. So if you want to play in that zone, you know, there's a lot of risk, but a lot of reward. Also up in that zone would be the hand pourers or the custom art. So there's the hierarchy for me. If you want to start small, you start with sterling silver, 35%, 40%, 90%, generic 999. Then we get into the maples, Philharmonics, silver eagles, okay. Then you go to the low mintage, high premium bullion pieces. Numismatics are above that. So again, that could be anywhere from Lincoln cents all the way to gold. Anything that has a collector value up there. Then you got the pour pieces, right? The hand pours. These are more custom, right? So there you go. You can fit wherever you want and enjoy this hobby. So go get you some coinage, go get you some silver, and get involved, because that's step one, right? Once you get in, you're gonna start running. It's like jumping onto a treadmill. You first have to turn it on. So you gotta get on there, and you'll learn, but you don't have to jump in full force. You don't have to be maxed out, right? Just start walking. You can dollar cost average. You can get your feet wet. You don't have to FOMO. You don't have to bet the farm. There's options. You can get into any kind of investment, any kind of program slowly.
I'm telling you to slow down. Get the lay of the land. You've been home now, what, a month?
Once you master that walk, you can increase the incline. You can increase the speed. This is your journey. So just join us, right? We're all on our own path, but our goal at the end is to preserve our wealth and have fun and meet other people, become part of this community. So we welcome you, all right? I'll see you guys next time. 35% Kennedy, for $20, $67. 20. I want gold at 50. No. Dollar cast.
Yeah, could you just
Right here?
get it a little bit higher?